Welcome back to my channel. Same day, same t-shirt. We're doing 2 reaction videos today. Period. Hard work all 2021. Guys, this year, no cap. No excuses for me. Don't give me no excuses, guys. Hammer me in the comments, be like, yo, post a video. Tell me to post a video every week, guys. Keep me on schedule, because I can't keep myself on schedule, obviously, because we've been trying this for 2 years and I haven't been on schedule. Y'all keep me on schedule in the comments. Hit me up on my social medias, DM me, whatever y'all gotta do to keep me on track so I can give y'all weekly videos. That's my goal for this year, is give y'all weekly videos. Consistency is what you guys are looking for. I'm gonna give it to you. End of discussion. Now, today I want to be reacting to Emmanuel Acho, who is a former football player. My boyfriend told me, former football player. He now has his own YouTube channel, and the episode that I want to react to, and his whole thing is uncomfortable conversations with a black man. Well, today he's gonna have an uncomfortable conversation with a black man with police. So, very interested to see this. My friend did send me this video, but I did not watch it. He did send me this video in a group chat. Have not watched it yet, but I'm very excited to see, you know, how this conversation is gonna go about. Very interesting. But before we get into the video, guys, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like button, share button. Make sure you guys do all of that. Don't forget to follow me down in the description. My links are always down there to follow me on social media, to stay updated with me when I'm not on the tube. Y'all already know. And yeah, again, guys, thank you guys for all the love. I forgot to say in the last video I just did that, guys, we hit 10,000 subscribers. Let's go. 10K, guys. Next up is 100K. Listen, I'm going all the way to the top, fam. That's all we can do. We're going to the top and there's no stopping us, guys. So make sure you guys are hitting the subscribe button. If you guys have not subscribed yet, make sure you hit subscribe before you watch this video, because you guys will be joining one of the littest gangs on the tube. You already know. So yeah, go do all that. And yeah, without further ado, without me yapping and yammering and talking all this ish, we're gonna get right into the video. And like I said, I did not watch this video, but I thought it'd be really good content for my channel, because you guys kind of know my channel is kind of like a plethora of videos. I don't really do one exact thing. Like, I just don't do only reactions, and I just don't do only this. I do a plethora of things because my interests are a bunch of interests. I just don't have one interest. So I like to talk about different topics and conversations, and y'all know how I feel about, you know, BLM and all that stuff. So y'all know I am very concerned for, you know, us in general, you know, African Americans. So I think this would be a good video to react to.
Good? You good? Oh, man. All is good. All good. Gentlemen, gentlemen.
I'll be so nervous to do something like this. Not just because they're police, but it's literally a room full of white officers and I'm the only black person. Not only that, I'm a bad public speaker. I don't do public speaking, especially in front of a large crowd. I've never been able to get over my fear of that. I still get very, very, very nervous. So just for him doing this, period, is round of applause to him. Okay, so this is for, I guess he's in Petaluma, California. Don't know where that is. So it has a total population of 60,000 people, and less than 1% of those people that live in Petaluma are black. Okay.
Welcome to another episode of Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man. So much of the dissension in our world, so much of the dissension in America is based around the interaction between police officers, white police officers, and black people. Whether George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Jacob Blake, Jonathan Price, and so many more. So I, a black man, am eager yet anxious to be joined by the Petaluma Police Department for the first time with a live audience of lieutenants, officers, and administration. Now, out of an abundance of caution, we have all been COVID tested within the past 48 hours. I know so many of you are wondering, Emmanuel, why Petaluma? There isn't a notorious black violence with police, white police officers. And to that, I simply submit, we weren't talking about Kenosha until after Jacob Blake was shot. We weren't talking about Wolf City, Texas until after Jonathan Price lost his life to a man in uniform. I fervently believe that an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. So that...
That was a good statement you just said. An ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. I kind of agree with that statement. Not to ride nobody's coattail or anything, but I kind of agree with that statement because if you can prevent something from happening, just like if you can prevent that bad thing from happening, why not do that and take the precautions to prevent it from even happening so you don't have to go through the motions of what comes with that trauma when you are in that situation or dealing with that problem.
That's why I'm here. Joining me on stage is Ryan McGreevy, Brendan McGovern, Garrett Glaviano, and John Antonio. Gentlemen, how are you?
Doing great. Thanks for having us.
Of course. Now, let's get uncomfortable. Ryan, when was the last time you had black people over at your house for dinner?
Well, before COVID, I can tell you that. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd ask you the same question. Well, when was the last time you sat down just to have a conversation with a group of black people, Garrett?
I can be honest with you. I don't know that I've ever had a conversation with a group of black people.
Yeah.
And I feel like right there, that simple question is the problem. They have no interactions with African Americans, with black people. So therefore, they don't know how to go about interacting with us when we're in those situations to where they pull us over because they don't even know how to talk to us. Because if you haven't had much interaction with other ethnicities other than your own, then you're not really going to know how to interact with other ethnicities because you're used to people that look like you and kind of talk like you, and you guys can joke about kind of the same situations because you guys might have in some way, shape, or form kind of experienced the same things. But when you talk to someone that hasn't, that doesn't talk like you, that doesn't look like you, that doesn't act like you, all these things, it's harder for y'all to communicate, and that's where communication gets missed because it's like basically two people are speaking two different languages, if that makes any sense. I don't know.
I would say that proximity breeds care and distance breeds fear. Proximity breeds care and distance breeds fear. And I think one of the issues in our society is there's not enough proximity between people who don't look like each other. And because there's not enough proximity, there's a lack of care or lack of empathy. And there is a heightened amount of fear. When you see the things occurring in our worlds, like what happened...
And I do agree with that statement as well. If something is foreign to you, you're more likely to be afraid of it because you never come in contact with that thing. You might have never seen it. I'm not calling people things. I'm just saying things as in anything. People, objects, whatever. You might have never seen that thing, touched that thing, talked to that thing. So to you, it's going to be different. And you might be scared. But like he said, if you grew up in a mixed neighborhood, you're going to be used to all different kinds of ethnicities and people and religions and all the types of things. It won't be anything new to you when you get older because you're like, well, I grew up around a mixed community. So it's normal. When you grow up in a predominantly white neighborhood or a predominantly black neighborhood, it's very different to get in contact and talk to those people and merge them together because even though there's black people that live here, but it's still predominantly a white neighborhood. You understand what I'm saying? So that's not really mixed. That's kind of like, I don't know. Okay, I don't know if I can say what I want to say because I know YouTube, and I know that I speak real-ish. So y'all leave y'all comments down below.
And with George Floyd, a black man losing his life to these white police officers. When you first saw that video, what went through your mind?
I mean, I felt sick. It's difficult to have to show up and know that we get paid to do this, and then having to see what people see on TV, and they don't necessarily see the person, they just see the uniform, and they associate that with us. So every time I see something like that, I know that I'm about to get bombarded by phone calls and text messages about why did this happen, what's going on.
Ryan, let me go to you. Is there enough accountability in the police force when mistakes happen? Are they held responsible?
That's tough to answer on a national standpoint. I mean, if you look at George Floyd incident, that officer was terminated, arrested, charged like immediately, which I think is appropriate, right? So in that regard, obviously it's a tragic incident, and you hope that that doesn't happen. I would say that just generally speaking, yeah, there probably is some issues with officer accountability throughout the country.
What?
And really, honestly, that question about do you think police officers are held accountable for their actions? No, because I don't see it. There's been too many, not the George Floyd case, but there have been numerous people prior to that case that have died, and the officers have pretty much gotten away with it scot-free. They didn't really have to take accountability for what they did. It was kind of like, well, it's my job, and I wear this uniform, and therefore I'm basically like God. Y'all can't do anything to me. I'm a police officer, I'm a police officer. So, I mean, I'm gonna say, not in some parts of the country, majority of the country, they don't. I feel like now they might start doing it because now, since definitely after George Floyd died, the movement that we've seen, the rioting, the protests, the marches, I feel like that might convince higher ups now to really take a look into these police forces and really make them take accountability for these things and really check through the evidence, really review all this stuff, all the evidence, and make sure that, we're actually putting the people that need to be in jail. It doesn't matter if you wear the uniform or not. If you're murdering somebody for other purposes, then yes, you do deserve to go to jail. If you're murdering people, if you are murdering people because of your own bias, then yes, you do deserve jail time because you shouldn't even be in that uniform. And I really think it all goes back to police academy. It shouldn't take a couple of months for you to become a police officer. It should take years, just like it takes years for a lawyer to become a lawyer. It takes 8 years, 8, 9, 10 years, give or take. I don't know if y'all are a lawyer. Let me know down below in the comments. But it takes them years to get their lawyer degree, years to become a lawyer. And then after that, you still have to, either, be with some firm or, open up your own firm. You still kind of have to be under somebody in that sense. So it takes years for people to be lawyers. But it only takes a couple months for you to become basically the person that enforces the law to civilians. Why does it take a couple of months, but it takes years to convict people? I don't know if y'all get what I'm saying, but...
What does justice look like to you in these situations?
I think justice looks like decisive and equal punishment. The issue at hand, I feel like, is that the punishment for officers doesn't necessarily match the crime. If you are caught in a doctor's office and there's malpractice and someone dies, they'll be disbarred. There's not like, I need to know this, I need to know that. It doesn't fit. Whereas instantly, especially right now when we see so many things going on with excessive force over black people, we're instantly like, look at his criminal history. He didn't graduate from college. Well, he lied back in 7th grade.
Like, I swear, I'm sorry, I keep interrupting. I know some of y'all kind of don't like how I talk a lot. I'm sorry, but this is my channel, so if you don't like it, click off. Sorry. But it's literally stuff like this. And it's every time I've seen something on the news about, a black person dying from a police officer, they bring up all the bad, like just like he said, something very petty. He lied in the 7th grade. They will bring that up on national TV about this deceased person. They will bring up all the wrongs that they did, never the rights. But look what they did for the Parkland shooter, for the Sandy Shores, the guy that came in there and murdered literally kindergartners. What did they bring up about him? Oh, well, he's mentally ill. Oh, his home life wasn't that great when he was growing up. Oh, like for white offenders, they have a bunch of excuses as to why they did their crime. But for black people, black offenders, there's no excuse. Oh, it's because all this led up to you doing this. Oh, you're a bad person. You were a bad person from the jump. It's like, what? Make it make sense, Lord. Make it make sense.
Instantly goes to character defamation. Let's see if we can protect the people in the badge. So justice for me just looks like a punishment that fits the crime, because there's always that phrase, who's going to police the police? And right now the answer has been no one.
Exactly. Precisely.
Brendan, when you see a life or death situation occurred, a death situation occurred on the job, how hard is that to recover from? Whether it's just your knowledge of someone who may have been involved, or if you've personally been involved, how hard is that to recover from emotionally, psychologically?
It is incredibly difficult to recover from. Even from that standpoint, I've been doing this for 13 years. I've been in situations not obviously identical to that, but similar. That's never ever going to leave their mind. It's going to change the outcome of everything they do from this point on. I mean, there are situations where we'll arrest people and they'll die later, and you still. It's your attachment. You brought them to this point, and from my own personal incidents, it's changed me for the duration of my life. I don't ever see it going back.
John, you retired from the police force. Do you think that you can ever become desensitized to death wearing a badge?
I've thought about this, and I think you can. You feel like you're in control when you're a police officer, but then you don't have control. That's when it really affects you, and obviously kids. Before I had kids, I don't think I would have been affected as bad. But no, I mean, we're human. We don't change and get in our locker at night and sleep there and then jump out, you know. A lot of people think that, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Brendan, would you...
I'm not going to lie, when I was a kid, I literally used to think like, they don't go home. They just like live at the police station. But yes, they do go home and have a whole life outside of their jobs.
That there is a difference, especially in a city like Petaluma, which is less than 1% black, in how you or those you know approach a situation when it is a black suspect versus a white suspect.
Yes. We deal with white suspects frequently. We deal with black suspects frequently as well. But when I show up and I do hear, say, black male adult, a part of me knows that the public's perception of what is about to take place is going to be much different than if he got described, saying stealing a beer from a 7-Eleven as opposed to you stealing a beer from a 7-Eleven. I already know that twice as many eyes are going to be on me when I contact you as opposed to him.
So does that change how you treat the situation because you know that it is a more delicate situation?
Yes. I have, the rules that I go by, my morals, my ethics. It's not going to change the way that I necessarily talk to you or order you around. I might choose my words differently. I might choose the way that I handle myself or approach you differently. Because
look at the words he used. I might change how I speak to you. I might change how I approach the situation.
I don't want to seem like the giant white officer trying to, force myself upon the black male suspect that the public wants to see, because we film ourselves, obviously, but I know that someone's going to be filming the interaction, so I'm going to be choosing the way I react differently.
Brandon, let me ask you, how do you deal with the pressure of knowing you have to be perfect?
They want us to be perfect. I don't necessarily see that we can show up and be perfect. We get that domestic violence call. We know that there's a man and a woman. And then we show up and, the woman's not wearing clothes and the man is, holding a baseball bat. We have to make too many decisions for me to be able to say that everything we do will be the perfect way that we do it.
John, you coach high school football now.
Yes.
But now that you don't have to don the uniform on a daily basis, do you feel a weight lifted off your life?
100%. When I finally was done, I was so relieved. I actually started sleeping again, started going to the gym again. I mean, I'm so glad to be out of it, and I feel bad because I feel like I should still be there with your teammates, and it's like going down, getting injured in a game, and and not being able to help your teammates. But I'm happy about being out of it. Yeah.
Nick, if I may ask you from the audience, you are a traffic officer. Is there any...
And also, because I think my SD card is gonna run out of time and space, so I'm gonna have to make a part 2 to this. But I just want you guys to know also, this is not a video to bash police officers or to say, oh, police officers are trash, they're terrible, they're horrible people. Police officers are not bad people. Some of them just make choice decisions, and those decisions do affect other people. I don't hate police. What I don't like is the racist police, the police that are biased, the police that don't care, the police that use their power to do whatever they want because they don the badge. That's the people I don't like, that overuse their power, that don't use their power for the right things, that cause friction in people's lives, take away family members, take away someone's child, dad, mom, aunt, sister, brother, whatever it is. Those are the people I don't like. Those police officers that specifically go out on their shift to mess with somebody just to be a dick. I don't know if I can say that or not, but just to be a dick. Like, I don't appreciate that. But yeah, I will stop this video right here, guys. We are only 9 minutes and 3 seconds in, but my camera battery is not fit to die, so I do have to finish up this video. Thank you guys for watching. I will do a part 2 to this exact video, uncomfortable conversation with a black man with the Petaluma Police Officer Department. So yeah, I will be continuing this, but right now everything's shutting down. So y'all get this video to, let's say, 50 likes, and then I'll drop the part 2 to this video, okay? Also, guys, if you guys have not subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to join the gang. Latest gang on the tube. You know, we are judgment free. We don't tolerate nothing over here. We are God-fearing people over here. So if you want to join the gang, please join the gang. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this video, comment down below what you guys want to see from me in future videos, and leave your comments down below on this video right now, on what we just watched. Yeah. Also, don't forget to follow me on my social medias. They're always down in the description below. I love you guys, and I'll see you in another video. Mwah. Bye.
Ain't no weight on the beat.